Hello, everyone. Welcome. Please let me know in the comment, in the chat, if you can see me and if you can hear me. If you can see me and you can hear me, okay, let me know in the chat, please. I see Abdul Aziz. I see Dinah. Hello, Dinah. Hello, Abdul. Saint Prosper says, yeah, we can hear and see you. Okay, good. Abdul and Dinah, can you see me? Can you hear me? Let me know in the chat. Okay, Abdul says, we can see you. Abdullah is watching on YouTube from Tamale. Oladoton from Nigeria. Dinah says, loud and clear. Okay, good. Gilbert says, I can see you clearly and loud. Great. Okay. Good to know. So how is everybody doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? Let me know. One word, in one word, tell me how you are doing. In one word, tell me how you are doing. I'm doing fantastic. Bidemi, good evening. Good evening. Bidemi. Felix is watching from Jacobu Ashanti region. Jacob says, awesome. Abdul says, fine. Elizabeth says, great. Felix says, great. Yes, I like that. I like that. I like that. Abdullah says, we are fine. Good. Oladeton says, fine. Good to know. Good to know that you are all doing well. Bidemi says, I'm not doing good. And he believed that I know why. I know why. I know why. I know why. But that's one of those things that can happen. It's one of those things that can happen. You just have to navigate it, or find alternative solution. Good. Dinah says great. Benjamin says good job. Okay. I see all of you. I see all of you. Good. Okay, so today I told you about resume, or what we call CVs. I've received tons of messages from many of you about your CVs. Some of you have sent their CVs for me to look at. Some of you have helped written your CVs for you. Some of you send your CVs and I'll fix it. I've sent sample CVs to many of you and to use to guide you in preparing your CVs. The reason why I take this serious is very simple. Your CV, or what we call resume here in the United States, is what references you. In other words, if I cannot see you in person to ask you to tell me about yourself, it is your CV or resume that is going to tell me about yourself. So if, for instance, if you are trying to come to me for a job and I want to know more about you, it's your CV or what we call resume that is really going to tell me who you are, whether you qualify for the job or not. If you are going to school, you are applying to a school, it's your CV that is going to tell the school whether you are a fit. Let me use that. Whether you are a fit for the school. So your CV need to be tailored to what you are looking for or what the organization or school is looking for. And many of us make the mistake of just having one CV sitting there, and anything you are doing, you send that same CV. It is wrong. It's going to affect you in so many ways. Every CV must be unique and tailored for a particular occasion or event. Please take note of that. It is very, very important that your resume is always tailored for that particular event or school or work requirement. There is nothing like a general resume. Oh, I have a resume, when somebody says, send me your resume, you send it. Oh, this job, are you interested in? You say, yeah, okay, send me a resume for it. Then you send that same resume or CV. It's not good. You don't do that. So today I'm going to spend some time to talk about resume. There are many of us who made certain mistakes, little mistakes or omissions that I'm going to talk about. And I hope that by the end of this session, you are going to deal with your resume in a professional way. Is that a good thing to do? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Let me see. Okay. Roshan says great news. Gilbert, great. Bidemi. Should I really forget about them? You know, I've told you what I think. I've told you what I think. You can just let that flow and look at other options. Yeah, I think that would be a good. Otherwise, you're going to frustrate yourself. That's why from very beginning I say when you're applying to school, apply to like at least 5. It gives you options. If you put all your eggs in one bowl and the bowl falls down, that becomes a problem. So Bidemi says it's a good idea. Cake Point says sure. Elizabeth say very good. Abdullah say yes, it is. Okay, great. So, how many of you have CVs? How many have CVs? Olonka is in the house. Is this powerful one? How many of you have CVs? If you have CVs, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. And this. If you have a CV, give me a thumbs up. I want to know those who have CVs. Elizabeth says that I do. Okay. Elizabeth has a CV. Elizabeth has a CV. Okay, I see the thumbs ups coming up. So people are saying, I have a CV. I have a CV. I have a CV. I have a CV. Now, let me tell you this. Some years ago, when you send a CV to a company or a school or an institution, the HR department will sit down and look at your CV, read it and see if it matches what they want. Today, people don't read CVs again. People no longer read CVs. There are softwares that are being used to do that. So when a school asks you to send your resume or CV, or a company asks you to send your resume or CV, when you send it to them, they will upload it into the software. The software is going to go through your CV and check against certain words, keywords. The software is going to look out for certain things. If it goes through your CV and does not find those things, it will just push it aside and dump it. So when you are doing your CV or resume, you need to make sure that your CV is aligned to the requirements that are being asked for. And you do that by using what we call the keywords. So if there is a job opportunity, they advertise the job. They will put requirements, what the company is looking for. And they will use certain words in the requirement. Those are the words you need to use in your CV for that particular position. So if they say we are looking for somebody who is resourceful. Resourceful is a keyword. When you are doing your CV, you need to make sure that that word resourceful is used. You need to let them know or prove to them that you are resourceful. When the CV is put in the software and the software identify that word resourceful, then it's going to highlight it and say, yes, this person is resourceful. And then it will take that CV and push it for the next level. But if it goes through, it does not see resourceful. Meanwhile, they are looking for resourceful person and they don't see that. then they are going to dump it because you do not align to what they want. So please, when you are doing your CV, make sure that you use keywords. And there are certain sections on a CV that you need to look out for. I'm going to show you a sample CV that matches the United States standard. Nowadays, we have the European standard of CV. We have the American standard of CV. If you are coming to the United States or your target is the United States, your CV must align with this standard for the United States. Am I making sense? Before I share with you the sample resume, let me know in the chat if I'm making sense. Cake Point says, those who don't understand, I say it is case. Yeah. Daniel, good evening. Hope you are doing well. Kwabna, how are you? Cake Point says great info. So it is very, very important that you look out for these things when you are going to do your resume. If you are applying to a school and you are going to do, you want to come and do management. If you want to come and do management, it means that your resume should be tailored in a way that it will align with the requirements for management student. It may not be clear, but you need to be smart and put in the right keywords so that your resume will go above everyone else. The more powerful your resume is, the more chances you stand on getting funding for your education. It's very, very important to know that. Very, very important, because that is going to show how strong your background is. They will not give money to somebody who is not going to be useful to them. I always say that. There's nothing like free lunch. There's nothing like free lunch. So make sure that you do it and you do it right. Okay. Okay, Gilbert, we are learning and waiting for more. Okay. You are saving my days for the journey ahead for these wonderful tips. Bidemi that. Bidemi and his English. Hey! Kwabena says, I'm doing great. We thank God for that. We thank God for that. So, let me share with you a sample resume. Some of you have sent this sample resume to you to use to do it to align yours. So some of you have this. Those who don't have it, I will let you have it. Don't worry. So this is the sample resume, and there are things that you are supposed to present or write under. There are things that you need to tell the people about yourself. The first thing is the summary. The summary. Let's start from the top. You see how it is formatted. How this is formatted. It is very, very important. Your name. Your name, as you want them to know. If your name is John Kwabena Kuma Asante, and you just write John Kuma, if all your documents or forms you have sent to that organization or school mentions all the four names, but your resume only mentions two, it does not align with your documents. So they might not even know who this person is. So make sure you take note of it. Your resume is you. So make sure you take note of it. If the name in your passport are 4, make sure they appear here so that when they are aligning it to your documents, they can easily attach it to your documents. Don't write John Mensah when your name, as it appears on your document, is John Mensah Kuma Asante. I hope that is clear. It's very, very important. Cake points, must you write under every topic or heading? Yes. We look at these topics. You see how they stand out. See that the topics are highlighted. They are bold because the system is going to look out for those things. So your name comes, and then right under your name, you will state in a sentence who you are. What are you? Now, this is your first line of presenting yourself. If the job you are applying to says that we need an account specialist, that line here should read an excellent account specialist with 20 years experience, something like that. You see how this one is a expert technology leader with 10 years of experience in scaling successful startups. So if even they don't read anything at all, they know that this person is this. Subsequently, you are going to prove on your resume that, of course, you are an expert technology leader with 10 years of experience in scaling successful startups. You need to write. You don't need to write a whole thesis. No. If you write too much, you make the system skip your this thing, because the system is not going to stay reading every. No, you go straight to the point. The important things that are required on your resume. That's what you want to give them. Very, very important. Very, very important. Bidemi said this format is not clearly seen. You should see it. It's clear. It's full on your this thing. It's full on your this thing. I don't know. It's any. Can you guys see it? Can you see the resume I've shared? Bidemi say you cannot see it clearly. Please let me know. Can you see it? If you cannot see it, then I know what to do. Can you see it? Can you see it? Guys, engage me. Let me know what is going on. Can you see it? Let me know. Elizabeth says not too clear. When you say not too clear, you what do you mean? Like you can't see the words, or the document itself is not clear? Which one? Okay. Okay, I will send you the soft copy. I will send you the soft copy. I'll send you the soft copy. But okay, you just follow me. Follow me. At least you can see the headings, the The headings, you can see them. Okay, Abdul says they can see it. Zoom it. Let me see if I can zoom it. Let me see if I can zoom it. Let me see if I can zoom it. Let me see. No. I'm trying to see if I can zoom it. Can you see it now? I've tried to zoom it. Can you see it now? Of course, if you are using your phone, it will be difficult for you to see it very clearly. But I've tried to zoom it. So please let me see if you are seeing it. I've zoomed it. Can you see it now? Let me know if you can see. I've zoomed it to 100%. So you should see it. Say the words are not clear. Can you see it now? Please let me know. You must say yes, yes, yes. So it is clear now. Okay. So I will assume that it is clear now. I will assume that it is clear now. So Perry says that it's clear. Say yes. Okay. So I will assume it is clear now. Because I'm also looking at it on my phone now, and it is clear on my phone. I can see it clear on my phone. So I think you should be able to see it. You should be able to see it. Okay. Let's go on now. So right under your first line of statement, your contact information should show. Your contact information, your phone number, your location, your email address, and your LinkedIn address. This is very important. The world is changing now. The world is changing now. Right now, most organizations, most institutions, their first point of reference, where they go to check you out, is your social media platform. Your social media. They go there and check about you. So when it comes to professional people, the social media that is referenced most is your LinkedIn profile or page. How many of you have a LinkedIn account? How many of you have a LinkedIn account? If you have a LinkedIn account, say I do. I want to see it. I do. I do. I want to see if you have a LinkedIn account. Bidemi says I have. Okay, good. Let me know. Respond. I want to see. Respond. I'm waiting for you. Respond. Please, I want to know. what I'm doing is very important. I'm taking this very seriously. So take it serious too. Take it serious. I ask the questions because I want to know what to say, how to address the issue. I just don't want it to be like any ordinary presentation. I want it to be beneficial for you. So when I ask the question, please respond so I know what we are doing. Perry says, I have. Yes. Okay, good. 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 Do you have a LinkedIn account? If you don't have a LinkedIn account, please make sure you open one. Make sure you create one. You go to the address linkedin.com and then you create your account over there. When you create the account, your name will be at this side after the .com will be your name. You need to create one because it is the professional platform for people. And you just don't create it for creating sake. You need to create it and make it active. Active. So you put all your professional information there. Your qualifications, your certifications, your experiences, everything. It becomes your online resume. And so when you have your LinkedIn account, you put the address here because they will go and check. Most of the softwares will link to it and see if what you have written here, they are true and correct. So it's very, very important that you have a LinkedIn account. From there, you come to the body of the resume. First, you need a summary. You need to summarize yourself. So the example here is result-oriented product team leader with 5 years of experience covering project and product management, including developing, implementing, and supporting complex infrastructures for fast-growing startups. A fast and eager learner. I'm a detailed-oriented and adapt to changing project requirements quickly to meet business goals. Comfortable with ambiguity and thrive in fast-paced environment. So you see that this person has covered a lot in that small space. He's talked about the fact that he's a result-oriented. So everything he look at getting results, which is very, very important. Every organization wants results. So you are telling them you are a person of results. The years of experience is there. The area that you have the experience is there. It says that you are a fast learner. It means that if even what they want you to do, you don't have a direct experience in it. What you are saying is you are a fast learner to the point that whatever that they need you to learn, you can learn it quickly and adapt. You are comfortable with ambiguity. If things are not as they are supposed to, you are willing to navigate it. And you thrive in fast-paced environment. These days, every environment is fast-paced. So what you are saying is that you are up to the task. Does it make sense? This one, you have to write it in your own words to make it sound great. Don't copy and paste this. You can adjust it to suit you, but don't copy and paste it. Don't copy and paste it. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Let me know. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Are you guys with me? Okay, Kwabena says yes. Okay. So you have to make sure that the summary shows. The summary shows. Make sure the summary shows. Then you come to your professional experience. Professional experience, where you are going to list your professions, the professions that you have gone through, the jobs that you have worked with, the companies you have worked in. So you are going to show what roles have you played, where, when, and then you state the key point when you were in that position. Don't go and list everything you were doing that is not relevant to the current position that you are seeking. Very, very important. You make it very straight to the point. You stated if it were positions where targets were met or you were supposed to meet targets, make sure you state those. When you were the sales manager, what were the targets? I was able to achieve 500% over my target. I was able to generate this amount. I was able to do this. I exceeded expectations by 45%. Those are things that you want to state. Don't just write anything because you want to fill the space. No. It should be relevant and have the key words in it. Key words. So when you look at this one, you see that he uses the keywords as a senior IT product manager to make sure that he meets the criteria. It's very, very important. Echama, how are you? Echama says it's been a long time. Yeah, it's been a long time. We are here. We are here. We've gone nowhere. So you need to state all your professional experiences. If you only have 1 year professional experience, state it. It's not everybody who have worked in 5 different companies over the past 10 years. Maybe you have only worked in one company all your life. State it. Maybe in that company you have gone through different positions. State them. And make sure that you use the keywords. Make sure you use the keywords. Make sure you use the keywords. When you have stated all of them under your professional experience, you come to your key achievement. Key achievement. When you were in that position, what achievement did you achieve? State it. Maybe they recognize you as the employer of the month or employer of the year. State it. Don't ignore anything. Don't say, oh, this is not relevant. It is relevant, no matter how small it is. If it's an achievement, state it. You state all your achievements. State all your achievements. And then you come to your technical skills. In that field, what are the skills that are required to excel in that position that they want? State them. Go through what you have done and find out the technical skills that are required. When you look at the job that they have advertised, they will say the skills that is required to succeed. Make sure you state those skills. Of course, you must state them if you have those skills. Don't just state them because you want it to show. If it comes to proving that you have that skill, you have to be able to prove you have it. So it is very, very important that you state the technical skills that you have. Now, at this point, let me talk about something that many people overlook. So many of us, our background is such that we find ourselves in families where maybe your parents were, your mom or father was an artisan, had his or her own small business. Maybe your mom sells in the market. Maybe your mom have a store, a shop where she sells groceries. So because you are the child, you are made to do some work in the store, clean the store, arrange the product. If there is nobody in the house, they will tell you to stay in the store and sell the products in the store and all those things. But you don't see it as a job. And so when you are preparing your resume or CV, you don't put it on your CV. That is a big mistake that you are making. If your father is a carpenter or a welder or mechanic, and he will ask you, bring me the spanner, bring me this, bring me that. That is an experience that you've gained. All those small things you were doing unofficially, they are all skills that you are gaining. They are things you need to put on your resume. Here in America, one thing that many people do is setting up their children for success from day one. For instance, we are in summer here. One thing that you will see around in the community is lemonade stand. So in most of the corners of the street, you get there and you see a kid behind a table. He has a pitcher, like that cup, big cup, or ice chest or something. And he has lemonade prepared in it. And that kid is selling the lemonade. That is business that kid has started. That kid might be 2 or 3 years old. But the parents have prepared that lemonade stand for that kid. And that kid is learning the responsibility of selling, customer relations, entrepreneurship, financial management, all those things. That kid is being taught indirectly by standing behind the lemonade stand. And when cars are passing, that kid will be shouting, lemonade, 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 lemonade. That kid is learning how to sell. Sales. So if that kid grows up and is applying to a company, that lemonade stand is going to show up on the resume. He's going to state when he was 3 years old, he had his own business. Nowadays, you don't have to join a formal company to have that. We have what we call freelancing. Freelancing. So here during the summer, for instance, I have a big yard behind my house. During the summer, I look for people to come and clean it so that the place will be nice, because through the winter, fall, and all that, a lot of leaves and weeds have grown all over the place. As we are entering into the summer, you clear your yard. I need to get somebody to come and do it for me. At times, you will see the kids going around asking people if they need someone to come and clear their yard. And these kids have their shovel, their weed whacker, their mower, and those things. And then they will come and clean the yard, and they take money. You pay them at least $100 for coming to spend that time behind your house. That is freelancing. Maybe they don't have an official company that they've registered. You can list it under freelancing. What that means is that you do it on your own. Many of you have those kinds of skills. When I was growing up, I lived with my grandma. My grandma sells. At times, she will put some of the stuff on a board, and then she will put it on my head, and I'll follow her and go around selling it. That was an experience that I gained in sales. So those kind of small jobs that you did, don't disregard them. Many of you think that it is the job that you did for that company or the national service that you did, that official one that you were employed to do, that is the job that you need to put on your resume. No, not only that. So take note of it. Those skills can be the game changer for you. Those skills can be the game changer for you. If everybody put all the things they have, official things that they have, you also put the same, maybe theirs will be better than yours. It is this unconventional skills that you've gained that might set you apart from those people. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Let me know in the chat. Robert said great advice. Robert, how are you doing? Elizabeth says it makes sense. Captain says it makes sense. Yeah. So it's very important. It's very important. Think about those things. Think about those things. Wonderful. Think about those things. Maybe in your church, you had the opportunity to teach Sunday school. Yeah, maybe Sunday school. You taught Sunday school. Or you had the opportunity to teach vacation classes. Those are skills that you need to let them know you have. Don't say, oh, as for Sunday school, that is not. No, you have the skill of teaching children. That is very, very important. Not everybody can teach. So if you can teach, and this company is looking for people in management who can teach or do presentations, because of that skill you got teaching Sunday school, you fit into that position. It is very, very important. Tell me good evening. Yeah, you were a bit late. We've covered a lot. So make sure that after you go back and watch the part that you missed. It's very, very important. So don't neglect or look down on those little experiences that you gain. They are very useful. I want you to get that in so that you don't overlook them. You don't overlook them. It's very, very important. Maybe you have a family or friend outside the country, and the person says, "Oh, I'm building this house here. Can you be checking it for me? Make sure that everything is correct." So you become the foreman. So you go there and check if the contractors or the people building the house, they are doing it well. You go, if something is not right, you ask them to fix it and all those things. That is supervision experience that you've gained. But you thought that it's nothing. It is. You were a supervisor. And you need to show that. You need to show that. After you've put all those things on your resume, you need to come and put your education, your qualifications. So your education need to show the degrees, diplomas, the certificates you have. You state the education, the degree, the university or the school, the date, where it's located. You state it. You state all of them. It's very, very important you state those things. Basically, those are the things that you need to show on your resume. Very simple, straightforward. Don't go and put so many things that are not necessary on your resume. It will work against you. If you are somebody who have the skill in cooking, you can put that skill there. You see, nowadays, what is happening is that many people are shifting from the traditional things that we are used to. At times, they want to see if you are somebody who takes life. You are a light-hearted person. So you can put there, I'm skilled in cooking Ghanaian exotic food. That word exotic is just to make it look great. Ghanaian food is exotic already. You get it? Your country, Nigerian exotic cuisine. Yeah, use that. Exotic cuisine. You have the skill in cooking that. A company might say, "Oh, that is great. Maybe one of our outings or company events, we can let Joyce cook us some exotic food." You have already established yourself. They are going to look at that and then set you apart from the others. So what I'm trying to tell you is, don't overlook things that you think, "Oh, this is nothing." It is something. Don't overlook them. Very, very important. When you are able to structure your resume that way, it makes your resume stand out. And that is what you want to do. That's what you want, for your resume to stand out. If it is like any other resume, why? The question is, why should they pick yours? Why should they pick yours? So I'm doing this so that you start thinking strategically. Strategically. And make sure that you customize your resume to align with that particular position or whatever. Don't do general resumes. It doesn't work any longer. It doesn't work any longer. Any questions so far? 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 It's okay if you are late. The video will be there. Make sure you go back, you watch it, and you use it. Very, very important. Because this is something that is worrying and creating problem for a lot of people. It's creating problem for a lot of people. Because of people's resume, they apply to schools and they don't get any funding. It's very, very important. With a very good resume and a statement of purpose, many people have gotten 100% funding for the education. So you need to be smart. You need to be very smart. Yes, Prince, we have a YouTube channel. It's the same name. And it's streaming there. This is going on there at the same time. So we're streaming both on Facebook and YouTube right now. Any other question? So how many of you need to redo your CVs? After watching this, do you think your CV will pass? Between A, B, C, D, F, E, F, what do you think your current CV will score? Between A to F. Let me know. If your CV will score A, let me know. If it will score B, your current CV you have. Elizabeth says that what if, let's say, there are 3 names on your educational sets, but on your birth set and travel document, there are 4. What happens then? Use the one on your, you say on your educational set or on your travel. What do you mean travel document? Your passport. What name is in your passport? What name did you use when you are applying to the school? It's very, very important. At times we overlook, so we've made that mistake from the beginning. It's okay. It's okay. If you want to align all of them to be the same, you may have to go and get an affidavit, which I don't think is something you want to do. But from now, make sure you align everything. Use the names that you have, or the names in your travel document, your passport. Use that. Use that. The name in your passport. Use that one. It's very, very important. Elizabeth says the CV will be B. Okay, you are close. Diana says C. We can do better. Okay. Prince, what do you mean by? Oh, Yima, what do you mean by Prince? Okay, it's talking about the YouTube channel. Okay, I get it. I get it. I think the WhatsApp link, group link, I'll put it in the chat for you. I'll put it here. You will see it. You will see it. Okay, if it has been gazetted, Lizzie, you can use that. The one that has been gazetted, use that. Because that becomes the official one. So use that. Okay. Okay, Yima has put the link in the chat, so you will see it. Mhm. Yima has put the link in the chat. You can also put the WhatsApp link there for them, the WhatsApp group. Any other question? Any other question? So those of you who already have your resume, some says B, some says C, some say D, whatever it is, you can go back and improve on it. You can go back and improve on it. Those who don't have the sample resume, I will let you have it. I will let you have it. I will let you have it. I'm going to put a link to the resume so that you can have it. I'm going to create a link for it so that you can have it. So check on the Facebook page. I'll be putting it there for you. Or WhatsApp me, I will send it to you. It's easy to send it on WhatsApp, so I will do that. I will also put it on the WhatsApp group so that you can pick it from there. Any other question? Any other question? So it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty straightforward. Think wide when you are preparing your CV. Make sure your CV aligns with the requirements that are being asked for. Never do a general CV. Never. Never do general CVs. Anybody asks you for CV, you send the same CV. Don't do that. Don't do that. And if you don't have your LinkedIn account, make sure you create one. It is easy to do it. If you need help, let me know. It's easy to do it. Do it right. Let it stand out. Let it be attractive. And let people know what you are. Let me give you this one advice. I've stated it again. Many of you have educational background. Many of you have educational background. Those of you especially who are trying to come to school here, you are trying to come to school in a certain field. You want to enter into a certain field. Read. I know my people don't like reading, but try to read around your area and find a topic that people will be interested to know more about. Do your research and write something small, 1 or 2 pages about that topic, and publish it. Publish it. You can publish it on academia.edu or on LinkedIn. Publish it on LinkedIn. What that is going to do for you is, if you are applying for some job or for school, and it is a position that requires a research something, you send a link to them. They get to know that, oh, this person even writes. It adds to your value. Very, very important. So think about it. It's not compulsory, but I think it will add to your resume. Abdullah says, I was the one that tested you and we spoke about my dinner of. Okay. Abdullah, yeah, I know it's you. Abdullah Yakubu, I know it's you. We will talk about it. So let me let you know. The past week I told you that I was very busy. I was doing an intensive, so we couldn't meet on Wednesday. The coming week too, I'm going to have the same issue. I'm going back to school. So last weekend, this week and coming week, I'm doing 2 weeks intensive to start my academic program. So I'm very, very tight. I start in the morning and end in the evening. So it's a tight program. After the 2 weeks, then I will be free a bit. So just letting you know, we may have to adjust our time in the coming week, or we will do it like we are doing it today. So bear with me for these 2 weeks, and then because of the time difference, it make it difficult for people to join you. We could have done it later in the evening, but it will be morning in some places or midnight in some places, which will be difficult for people to join. So we'll figure it out. Just stay active on the platform. If you are not following the Facebook page, make sure that you do. If you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, do that too. We are also on TikTok. So make sure that you are active. I'll be updating you on what we are going to do so that you stay tuned in. Wonderful. It's always back. It's always good to go back to school. So I'm trying to see if I can do it. Trying to see if I can do it. So pray for me. When you are praying, remember me. And that I'll have my sharp mind to study. Okay, Elizabeth says, what if someone tells you to present your resume so he could help you? No specific position was mentioned. So what do you do in this case in terms of drafting a resume? Ask the person. Ask the person. What are the areas? What are some of the possible opportunities that might come? The person want to help you. The person knows what you do, your area. So find out from the person. Find out from the person. I don't like telling people to use general resume. No. So find out from the person. Let the person tell you a little bit. Oh, we do this, we do that, we do that. It's a technology company. So mostly we want somebody who knows this, somebody who knows this. Or ask the person. So on my resume, what do you want to see? What do you want me to put on the resume for you? That will help you when you are trying to help me. Ask those questions. Mm, Ask those questions because you might give the person a resume that has nothing to do with what the person want to help you with. The person will try, get frustrated and put it somewhere. Anytime you ask the person, you say, "Oh, I'm working on it." Maybe he's not working on it. He's put it somewhere. So ask questions. The more questions you ask, the easier it will be to get a good resume for the person. Does it make sense, Lizzie? Does it make sense? Okay. You must say that with my CV, I'm doing volunteer as first aider. I've been a volunteer for the past 3 years with the Ghana Premier League, St. John Ambulance, and now the leader. But it seems the recruiters have problem being being fully employed and still go to the park every Sunday whenever there is a home. I'm not getting it very well, Ima. So you started as a first aider volunteer. You did it for 3 years with the Premier League, St. John Ambulance, and now you are the leader. Is it still a volunteer position, or now you have been hired? If it's still a volunteer position, bring it under volunteerism, or it's a volunteer position. State it under professional experience, and make sure you state it as a volunteer. Maybe they have a problem because they don't know if it is a volunteer position still or it's a full-time job that you are doing. does it make sense? I don't know if I get what you are saying. That's my answer. Makes sense. If it's still a volunteer, show it as a volunteer position. Mhm. And you've done it. You've done it. You are still doing it. You know, the St. John Ambulance, this is a well-known, credible organization. So should be able to state it. Mm. Yes, Clement, it is. It is. Recommendation is very good. Recommend us. Mm. Make sure that you state it. One thing that you can also add are references. Mostly they don't need it on your resume because they will ask you to send it. They will ask you to send it. Even when you put it on your resume, they will still ask you to send it. They will ask you to give the contact of those people. So they will send them emails to write something about you. So normally you don't need to put it on your resume, but they will let you do it. But it's not cast in stone. You can still put it there. Mm. Any more questions? Okay, still volunteering. Okay, so you, as a registered nurse, you do that volunteer service for the nation, mm, for the Ghana Premier League. So the Premier League is your the organization you are volunteering with. You do it for the Premier League. Yeah. So make sure you state it. But you are employed by Ghana Health Service. Yeah. So that is a separate thing. Your employment with Ghana Health Service is separate from what you are doing for the Premier League as a volunteer. They are two different things. They are not the same thing. You are using your skill as a nurse to do that volunteer work. It doesn't mean that it is part of Ghana Health Service employment. Mm, mhm. So you can separate it and make it two different things. You are doing volunteerism. Volunteerism is very important. It is one thing Americans love, people who volunteer. If you can give your time to somebody for free, we love it. We love it. So make sure you take advantage of that. Mm. Make sure when you are writing it, make sure you put under it, you give maybe 20 hours of your time. 20 hours of your time a month or a week, whatever it is, to volunteer. Those hours count. They count. Here in America, if you are growing up or you are going to school, you are required to do a certain number of hours in volunteer work. It goes towards your credits. Mm. So it's very important. Don't look down on your volunteerism. Okay, if there are no more questions, I think we will call it a night, and then you can go and rest. If you just join us, make sure you go back and watch the video. Make sure you watch it because I've shown a lot of things. Make sure you don't miss them. And share the link with people who you think it will help. Share it with them. Mm. Share it with your friends. Invite them to watch it and let them also benefit from it. Mm. So I will see you again. Make sure that you are active, you are sharing with your friends, and we will talk again. During the week, I will let you know if I will do a session or not. Okay. God bless you all. I love you. Bye-bye.